No luck, no problem for the playoff-bound Colts by Peter King. Yeah, that's right. Even without Andrew Luck for a handful of weeks, Indy is in good shape to win the awful AFC South. Plus mailbag questions on AQYB to leave, Greg Hardy and comparing J.J. Watt with Lawrence Taylor. 3 thoughts about Andrew Luck missing the next 2 to 6 weeks with a lacerated kidney. 1. Man, it's just one of those years for the Colts. 2. I still think the Colts will win the AFC South. Why the division stinks out loud. First of all, Houston goes to Cincinnati on Monday night. And barring a 12-sack night for J.J. Watt, the Texans will be 3-6 heading down the stretch of the season, with New England still on the slate to come. The rest of Houston's schedule is fairly manageable, as is Jacksonville's, but if we talk about strength of schedule with teams in the AFC South, we should consider what foes think when they look at the teams in one of the weakest divisions in NFL history. Foes say, Houston, that's a win, Jacksonville win. So the Texans and Jaguars, and the Titans, for that matter, have to prove they can string together some wins. Houston, Tennessee and Jacksonville have one thing in common. None have more than a 1-game winning streak this season. The Colts are 4-5 the next 6 weeks for Indy. Bye at Atlanta, Tampa Bay, at Pittsburgh, at Jacksonville, Houston. Say they traverse that schedule 2-3, with Luck back for games at Miami and Tennessee at home. I still like Indy to finish 8-8, or 7-9 at the worst. Houston, assuming it loses Monday, would have to go 5-2 to finish 8-8. Sorry, not happening. 3. I trust Matt Hasselbeck. He beat 2 subpar teams, the Jags and Texans. When Luck was out earlier this year, he played well. 8 quarters, 0 turnovers, 95.0 rating, 63.2% completions, 3 touchdowns, only 3 sacks taken. He's a veteran who knows the most important thing is to put the ball in the hands of his playmakers and get the ball out of his own hands. He's got Frank Gore and Ahmad Bradshaw, and an obviously good group of receivers. His team's got to have confidence after beating Denver, and from Hasselbeck winning his 2 starts and being a veteran of big games before. Maybe this says more about the state of quarterbacking in the NFL than anything else, but I would trust Hasselbeck to start a game one needed to win more than any backup in football today. Now all he's got to do is win a couple, just don't let the ship sink without Luck. A couple things about Hasselbeck. Since he turned 35, he's 19-18 as a starting quarterback, with a 42-31 touchdown to interception ratio in games he's started. He quarterbacked Seattle to a playoff win over New Orleans in Pete Carroll's first year as coach, throwing 4 touchdowns against the Saints. He's not a doddering old man, he's a viable player. GM Ryan Grigson has to be happy he spent $3 million to secure Hasselbeck's services before the season, because without him, there's little chance Indy could survive the tsunami of bad events this year. This could be a bonding experience for the Colts. Strangely, I know Chuck Pagano a little, and I would bet a lot that when this team comes off its bye early next week, his rallying cry will be, basically, nobody thinks we can do it. We are dead in the water. They're laughing at us out there. We can't win without Andrew Luck. This is what I would be thinking if I were Pagano. Hasselbeck's the perfect soldier. He's smart, he's confident, the team believes in him, and honestly, I think we are 85% as good with him as we are with Andrew. For the short term, he doesn't make the big mistake like Andrew does right now. It's not a good day for the Colts, to be sure. But they should give thanks for 2 things: the historically bad division they're in, and the bald quarterback who will keep them in the race until Andrew Luck returns.